New tonight at 9, no jail time for a former Orange County Sheriff's deputy convicted of sexually assaulting inmates.
Now, that former deputy pleaded guilty to 3 misdemeanor counts, and now he's on probation. KHL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. Now, Mike, the DA's office wanted to charge this guy with a felony, but they weren't able to. Why?
Yeah, that's right. According to the DA's office, that is state law. Under this particular set of circumstances where this sheriff's deputy allegedly sexually assaulted 2 inmates over their clothes, the state law does not allow the DA's office to charge this as a felony. That's something the DA's office says they've been pushing to have changed. And in this situation, they say his behavior was egregious, and he's only being charged with a misdemeanor because he was a deputy in a jail situation.
If this were a regular person, not a sworn deputy, and this was not an inmate, would it also be charged as a misdemeanor, or would that be charged as a felony?
We have the option to charge it as a wobbler, which means a misdemeanor or a felony. I think what is so egregious in this case is that these women have no choice. They're incarcerated. They were both awaiting trial. They hadn't been convicted. And regardless of whether or not they were convicted of a crime or awaiting trial on whether or not they committed a crime, that's not a sentence that they should be subjected to be a sexual plaything for a sworn deputy who's supposed to be protecting them and caring for their safety and their welfare.
And under the law, much to DA Spitzer's dismay, this deputy is almost getting a break because he's a cop instead of what a general person in the public would be charged or could be charged.
What's frustrating for us is we've been trying to get this law increased so that we could charge this as a felony, because in this instance, it was felony behavior.
DA's office says tonight that deputy did 365 days with an ankle monitor on, but has not spent any time behind bars at all. And under the state law, having an ankle monitor also counts as technically being in custody. So he got time served for having that ankle monitor, plus what is called technically good behavior credit. So ultimately, he'll spend 1 year on probation and a minimum of 10 years on the sexual registry. The DA's office tells me that they're also trying to have his post-certification revoked. Post-certification is something all law enforcement officers must have in the state of California to be a law enforcement officer. Their goal potentially here is to make sure that he is not ever a law enforcement officer again. And again, the DA's office wants this law to change. They authored a bill last year that ultimately died in the Appropriations Committee.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike.